Mortgage rates just hit a one-year high. If you've been waiting for rates to come down before you buy or sell, I want to show you something today that might change how you think about that wait. Because there's a number working behind the scenes that actually explains exactly why rates are where they are, and it's not what most people assume. Now, once you understand this, you'll stop waiting on a number that's probably not coming, and you'll actually understand why. I'm going to show you exactly what that number is, why rates aren't likely to drop much further, what's actually happening with home sales right now, nationally and right here in Cobb and Cherokee County, and what it all means for you. And stick around because the local numbers I'm about to show you tell two very different stories depending on exactly where you are, and that's something the national headlines will never tell you. So let's start with the basics. Mortgage rates don't move on their own. They tend to follow the 10-year Treasury yield, a number tied to how investors feel about the economy. And for over 50 years, the 10-year Treasury yield and the 30-year mortgage rate have moved almost in lockstep. The gap between them is called the spread. On average, that gap runs about 1 3/4 percentage points. And that spread matters. A wider spread pushes mortgage rates higher than the Treasury yield alone would suggest, while a narrower spread keeps rates closer to the Treasury yield itself. Now here's why that matters right now. As of today's recording, the 10-year Treasury yield sits at about 4.68. If the spread was still as wide as it was back in 2023, 3.19 points, mortgage rates would be pushing close to about 8% right now. But the spread has narrowed. Today it's down to about 2%, and that's why today's actual rate sits around 6.7 instead. Now look at that third bar. If the spread were sitting at exactly long-term average, rates would be around 6.5%. That's only about 1/4 point away from where we actually are today. Most of the realistic improvement we would expect from the spread narrowing has already happened. And part of why that Treasury yield has stayed elevated comes down to what's going on in the world right now. The conflict in Iran has put upward pressure on oil prices, and that's rattled investors and pushed inflation expectations in the wrong direction. And that keeps the Treasury yield and mortgage rates right along with it higher than they'd otherwise be. So what's this actually doing to the market? Existing home sales dropped 1.7% in July. That's real fresh evidence that today's rate environment is already cooling demand. But here's what I really want you to show you. Because the national numbers only tell part of the story, let's look at what's happening right here at home. In Cobb County, closed sales in July of this year came in at 778 compared to 820 the year before. That's down 5.1%. And pending sales, which tell us what's coming next, dropped from 781 to 665 this year. That's down almost 15%. This tells me it isn't leveling off. It's still moving in the wrong direction. Now look at Cherokee County. Closed sales went from 358 last year to 398 this year. That's actually up almost 10%. But here's the catch. Pending sales in Cherokee County only moved from 334 to 336, basically flat. So that closed sales number looks strong on the surface, but the pipeline isn't backing it up the way you'd expect if this was a real trend. So there you have two neighboring counties, two completely different stories, and that's exactly why a national headline or even a single county-wide number can't tell you what's actually happening with your home. So like I said, the story depends entirely on exactly where you are. That's not something a national article or a generic online estimate is ever going to capture. If you're thinking about selling, the biggest mistake right now is pricing based on hope instead of data. Hoping rates drop, hoping buyers come back in force, and maybe hoping last year's number still applies. None of that is a strategy. What you need is real current local data so you know exactly where you actually stand. Now, if you're in Cobb or Cherokee County, I want to know exactly what's happening in your specific neighborhood. I'll walk you through it personally on a free 30-minute Zoom call. A real comparative market analysis, a market value report built around your home and current local data. No pressure and no obligation. The link is below in the description. I'm Mandich. I'll see you next time.